Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with the Bear, and today I'd like to talk about K36, the Allure, the Grind, and crossing that threshold without breaking the bank. I'd just like to start off by saying that I'm a low coiner. I have bought some packages, 6 in total, the large packages, and some smaller ones, and I usually buy my monthly rally card, but I achieved the necessary requirements to go to K36 when I was at Monarch level 34. My generals were at 34. So it is entirely possible to do this without spending your mortgage worth of payments to do it. So why the fuss for K36? Well, K36 is important because as soon as you get to K36, it then unlocks the Military Academy. And the Military Academy has a lot of good research, a lot of attack buffs and defense buffs as you go and you expand the Military Academy. It's the next level of research on top of what's left in your academy. And for me, it was quite the game changer. It greatly improved my combat, and it's the roadblock is the victory column. To be able to go to K36, you have to get your victory column to level 1. Okay, that doesn't seem too bad, but the requirement is 2 generals at 5.8 million power. You see I have it at level 1 already, and to go to level 2, it wants 6 generals at 5.8 million power. So how do we do this, and how do we do this without spending ourselves into oblivion? Well, how I achieved it, at the time, let's go over here. Let's add Dewey, Boudica to my favorites. Okay, at the time, I had Boudica as my main wall general, and I didn't have George Dewey up until recently, but I went into the tavern, I hammered down, I got Boudica. This was quite a while ago, back when I was K30, I had her. And then I got all of her specialties to max, and then I got her some gear, and same thing with Ragnar. I got him some good gear as well, and he was only at Red Star 1 when I reached the ability to build my victory column. So, as you can see, I only have one piece of Civ treasure. I've been on this server 1764 for just over a year. I jumped onto the server 2 days after it was launched. So I've been here since day 1. And as you can see, I don't have any other pieces. There's my Plantagenet ring. I don't have any other pieces of Civ gear. So I'm running strictly off of upgraded Achemenidae gear, which you get at 33. And some of the upgrades happen at 35, and you got to do some researching the requirements, but it's not hard to get to. So my generals are just running off of basic accessible gear. I don't have a full set of civilization gear. I just have that one Plantagenet ring and a few fragments of supremacy and conquest. And that's from working events. I haven't bought any packages that have given me that. So as you can see, Ragnar has an upgraded bow to the Imperial, an upgraded Achemenidae helmet into the Majestic, and then I have Majestic Partheon armor, Partheon legs, and Partheon boots, and then his one piece of Civ. And then Boudica, well, we'll go to George Dewey because he has all of her gear. It's just upgraded Achemenidae gear, just Partheon gear. So what you need to do is just get some Partheon gear, some upgraded Achemenidae gear for both your 2 generals that you're trying to do. Make sure that their specialties are near max. You can see Ragnar's isn't, but I still managed to achieve it. And make sure that you have gold refines on everything. So we'll just pop in here, quickly refine, gold. Specifically targeted for my build at the moment. But you need golds on everything. and it's not that hard to do. What you need to do is focus. As low tier coiners, we have to really focus on a specific task at a time. And if we're attempting to get to K36, then that's getting 2 generals at 5.8 million power. And like I said, what do we need to do? We need to get their specialties to max. We need to get them upgraded Achaemenid gear, so Partheon. And you got to get them gold refines. And then the last factor is dragons. Now, you can do this with just the basic dragons. You can see here, my Celtic dragon is only level 6. And then you can just get this one here. It's cheap at only 1,400 crystals. These are both accessible to anybody you don't even have to buy any packages to get them. I'm a heavy PvPer. I've been out in SVS since the first one. So I got my wings last year. I had to put something like 1.1 billion points. Our server's very competitive, and only slot 5. And that only just scraped me into slot 5. That got me access to my Wonder 1, which then allowed me to get my Norway Ridge going. And you can see Norway's only at 6. So just get your low tier dragons up to 6 or 7, put them on your generals, and you're off to the races. So as low tier coiners, we have to focus. So we got to make the most of the consuming event, the major consuming event that comes on that, for the food, lumber, and resources and gem expenditures, not this sort of low tier one that's on right now. I'll scroll over here. This one. This is the sort of meh one. It's better than the trap and gold one. But we push on the consuming events so we get the maximum rewards back. And we wait for the Trial of Knights. So when you do go to ascend Boudica or your other general, you get points for the trial, and then you turn those points into even more Boa. And then the other thing is the Blessing of Palace event that usually is on the same time as the Trial of Knights. And that usually falls within the last week of the month to the first week of the next month, depending on how long the month is. Right now, it should be at the end of August, the last week of August, when the next one will proc. And that one gives you 3 free reductions in refining costs, because the more you lock in each gold refine, the more it's expensive to continue refining it. I think with no locks, there's no gem cost. One locked item, 2,000, then 4,000, 6,000, I think. So the blessing gives you 2,000 gems off the cost. So that's how I've maximized my return and minimized my gem expenditure and achieved Victory Column 1 and K36 and Military Academy 1. And on the last major consuming event, I also I got all my primary combat buildings here up to 36. And the other thing that's really nice, if we go into details here, at 36, these buildings now start providing buffs. So not only do you get access to T14s at 35, but when you crest into 36, you start getting buffs, 5% attack, 5% health, defense, and so forth. It's worth it. And to do that, I also had to do my walls at the same time and my archer tower. And I got my my workshop up to 35 so I could at least do T14s, which required to get me my trap factory and then that whole circle of mess. So push on the big consuming events, get the most back that you can, and K36 is certainly achievable without spending a fortune. You don't even have to spend it all. Time is our greatest ally, and if you're in an active alliance, join those rallies, get out there, get the resources, work your quest events, your barbarians, the pyramids is on right now, get your 500 million points, get your maximum reward chests, and then just keep focusing on the goal until you reach it. I achieved it 2 Monarch levels ago, and you can too. So that's it from the bear. Stay safe, stay bubbled.